What is going on, everybody? You got Talent Master J here now. Yes, I got a brand new name, brand new channel, all that stuff. I mean, it's the same channel and whatnot. But we got a brand new name, ladies and gentlemen. I know this battle is going up on Friday, so it's kind of spoiling my plan for Monday. Because Monday I was going to do a big, channel rebranding announcement and stuff like that. But that'll still be a plan. But we are here for NCP Week 4, ladies and gentlemen. Now, here's the fun thing. We're going up against JustKurt and his Walt Disney Landorus. And I had it in OBS, and I also had it in Discord. Now, both were working, but at some point during the recording, I accidentally hit my hotkey, and that caused my recording to stop. So I stopped, I don't even remember how far. So thankful to Kurt, who graciously sent me his video. So we're going to be watching the battle from his side and reacting in post-com. You guys will see his mug up there in the top left corner of this entire thing. I mean, again, I feel like an imbecile for doing it, but it happens. But as you can see, we got Tentacruel, Victini, Vikavolt, Frostlash, Dragonite, and Virizion. I thought those were a good 6 months to bring this week against him. Meanwhile, he brought his Blastoise, his Rillaboom, his Lycanroc Dusk, his Heracross, Zygarde, and Mew. At first glance, I said it straight up. Lycanroc destroyed our team, but we had a couple of counters to that if we got lucky. The Heracross was scary, but the Zygarde, I kind of had a plan for that, and you guys will see it in the battle. So let's just click play, and we'll watch his side of the battle and whatnot. You're not going to hear it because I have a feeling that if we do it that way, it would kind of affect YouTube copyright, because I honestly have no idea. I don't know if playing his audio on this recording works, so that's why we're not going to do it. You're just going to see him, acting crazy, acting cool, acting like a good dude and whatnot. But I mean, he really has a good team. I'll say it straight up ahead of time. I mean, I was very scared about what he was going to do with his lead. And I was thinking, maybe get Vikavolt out there, get lucky with the Lycanroc. And as you can see, he did lead Lycanroc. I know I led with Vikavolt in this battle because I thought maybe I could get webs up early, even though I was risking it with the Lycanroc, because it is a very, very strong Pokemon. I mean, it's a base 1 something. I think it's a base 120. Base 117, my bad. Base 117 on a Vikavolt, which has almost no HP, no physical defense. So it was already a problem there. I mean, you see him out there, and also we were in the Rose Tower background, which is pretty fun. Cannon Run, Vikavolt. And we see Kurt just talking about it, his lead. I'm sure he was happy to see this lead and whatnot. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was... I'm pretty sure if he has a dog, which I do not know, he probably went to his dog after this battle and was just like, "Thank you, you're a good dog." And in all fairness, I mean, Pluto for a Lycanroc nickname, that's actually a good nickname for a Lycanroc. I mean, who doesn't love Pluto? Who doesn't love him from Disney Channel and whatnot? I mean, that's always been a fun thing. As you can see, we took a long time to make our change here, but I remember that I was looking, I was calcing on this, and I was just like, do I leave Vikavolt in? Do I make a switch and hope for a Stone Edge miss? Because at first I'm thinking he did Life Orb, but we withdrew and we went back and we went on to Frostlash, and you see him dancing, which is just freaking hilarious. And as you can see, Stone Edge missed, and he is not happy about that, which is always a fun thing. And now he's just like, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do now? As for me, I'm calculating with Frostlass on this, because this week I brought a physical Frostlass with Poltergeist. I brought Poltergeist, I brought Triple Axle, I brought Ice Shard, and I brought Destiny Bond. And I'm thinking, do I go Poltergeist, or do I go Triple Axle? Do I go Poltergeist, or do I go Triple Axle? Do I go Poltergeist, or do I go Triple Axle? And I ended up going Triple Axle, and as you guys remember, that first week against Aquarius, Triple Axle, you know, only hit twice on the Arcanine, which would have knocked it out, and I would have had a bank on some luck there. As you see there, the Cursed Body deactivated Stone Edge, but we barely did 50% on the Lycanroc because of the 2 hits, so, you know, Triple Axle just freaking sucks with me. We also limited his output for the Lycanroc because Stone Edge you can't use, even though he was gonna click Accelerock every day of the week. Let's just be very real on that. He sees that Frostlass is at 1 HP. He's gonna click Accelerock, and he ended up doing that. But I went into Virizion because I felt like maybe I could get a little bit out of Frostlass in the late game. And Virizion this week was a leftovers set. Let me also pull up my team so that I remember what I had brought. Yeah, it was a leftovers set with Swords Dance, Close Combat, Mega Horn, and Leaf Blade. So, now, I know Lycanroc can get Psychic Fangs, but I didn't really think he was going to bring that move. But looking at it now, I mean, you know, having a Tentacruel and having a Virizion, it actually made a lot of sense. It probably would have made more sense to bring Pangoro this week, in the case of that. But he goes for Psychic Fangs. Meanwhile, we went for the Mega, because we were anticipating, or at least I was anticipating a switch. I was thinking that maybe he goes into the Rillaboom and saves Lycanroc in the back. Or even the Mew. The Mew with the Mega Horn was also crucial. But essentially, that was a negative play on our front. I overshot it. I overthought it. And as you can tell, I mean, I could have gotten rid of the Lycanroc a lot earlier than I needed, than I wanted to. And I probably could have had a better chance at it. But I opted for the Mega Horn. Because I was just like, I didn't see him keeping Lycanroc in front of a Virizion. I just didn't think he was going to have Psychic Fangs. So I ended up sacking off Frostlass in this instance because it really didn't have that much of a favorable matchup any longer. And so after this, you know, I'm thinking to myself, what do I want to do? What do I want to bring out? And I ended up, I believe I went to Tentacruel on this play after that, because I'm thinking to myself, I mean, Lycanroc is basically shot. And, I mean, I could have probably even gone out to Dragonite, looking back at it, but I didn't, because I was like, do I really want to right now? Because, I mean, it's like, then he could bring in the Zygarde pretty freely, but I did bring out Tentacruel. It was making its debut this week, Dr. Manowar. That's a good SpongeBob reference, I might point out there, ladies and gentlemen.
Look! Dr. Manowar! The guy who got stung by Big Lenny and lived.
And now it only hurts when you touch it. Touch! Do I have to follow you all day? That episode, all those old SpongeBob episodes were so freaking good. But he stays in, he ends up going for Psychic Fangs, and I counted to barely survive, and then we just took out the Skull to get rid of the Lycanroc. the crit really didn't matter. I mean, Lycanroc was gonna go down to any move that I picked. I just decided, F it, let's go for the Scald. But now it's making him think about what he wants to do, and I'm pretty, if I remember correctly, he had went out into Randall here, the Zygarde. But actually, no, he actually went out into the Heracross to get the Flame Orb activation. I see now that he also had Earthquake, which is interesting. And he goes for the close combat instead. If I remember correctly, I think I sacked off Tentacruel here. I don't think I brought anything. I mean, now the Frostlass was gone. I mean, I didn't have a fighting resist. Well, I mean, I technically did in Dragonite, but having the... I did switch out. I brought out Vikavolt. Oh, right, because I thought that he wouldn't have Aerial Ace or something like that. And also, well, I mean, this one kind of resisted too. Because I did have a lot of defense investment in Vikavolt. And also the lefties to help me out. But now he gets his Flame Orb activation, which honestly sucks. And then he goes for Rock Blast. I mean, we got very fortunate that it only hit twice, and you see that Kurt's unfortunate. Like, you know, he's not happy over that. The sticky webs. I was like, let me get the webs out there so that way I would have something in the background for his team. And I mean, webs was definitely going to be a play just in case. And you'll understand why. But I ended up just sacking up Vikavolt because I really didn't have anything favorable. And also Vikavolt is slow as hell. But basically, you know, we sacked off the Vikavolt and whatnot. And then, you know, we're thinking to ourselves, what do we want to do? What do we want to bring out? I brought out Victini on this one. I mean, I'll just say it out there right now on this recording that if he sees it, you know, I apologize to Jay for, you know, anything and whatnot. I mean, there's been some stuff that happened in a different server that I thought was a good thing, based on a result of a battle that you guys will see tomorrow. And I was like, let me just go with it. But you see, he went into Zygarde here. And we went for Zen Headbutt, which honestly didn't do a lot of... I mean, it did about... it did 55 points of health, so that's about 25 to 30%, give or take. But this is what I did with Victini this week, which was a little bit different as opposed to what I've normally done in the past. Because I knew Zygarde was a very powerful physical threat. And also, I feel like this is the exact same set that he ran. I'm pretty sure he had Zygarde in the NCP Summer Slam. So I ended up going for Will-O-Wisp to cripple him. And the 1,000 arrows you'll see here, I mean, with the burn, it does virtually nothing to Victini. Now, granted, I do have a little bit of HP and defense investment in there as well, because, I mean, it's that. But we also negate his leftovers. And we're thinking to ourselves, okay, I mean, now that it's crippled and whatnot, what can we do to worry about it? No, I'm recording the battle that has to go up today.
What's up, man?
Kind of, yes. As you can see, we switched into Verizon here, and Kurt is. What kind of dance is that, man? It's like the happiest mother you know one in the planet. Oh my god, this is hilarious to watch from Postcom. I mean, again, I didn't think he had Toxic on the Zygarde, so that's why I ended up going into Verizon. I thought, you know, get Verizon out there, take 1,000 arrows, which burned would do nothing. And you see he goes for Protect. I opted to go for a Swords Dance here, because I was like, okay, if you got Toxic, you got Protect. You're Toxic stall. I already know that plan. And kind of got him a little concerned there with the Swords Dance on Verizon. But I mean, I was hoping that, you know, maybe like a Leaf Blade would be enough to knock it out. Because, I mean, you know, stab, high critical hit ratio. A crit would definitely have been the play if it would have worked.
Are you on by sea?
Yeah. As soon as I'm done recording this and uploading it.
Oh, there.
Yeah. If you guys are wondering about that in the background, that was my brother. We've got some stuff going on today. Nothing major, but you guys will understand. But as you can see, he stayed in with the Zygarde. I went for Leaf Blade. And a crit would have knocked him out. And he goes for 1,000 arrows. It does nothing. The only thing it does is guarantee that the Toxic damage would be enough to knock me out on this turn. So a critical hit would have been very positive. So we lost Verizon, which honestly was our Blastoise counter, but we bring in Tentacruel here, thinking to ourselves, okay, he's probably gonna sack the Zygarde at this point. So Tentacruel actually ends up in its debut match ends up getting 2 kills, which not bad, not bad at all. But then he's thinking to himself, what does he want to do? So he goes into Blastoise, and this is where the webs come into play. Because he's the White Herb Shell Smash Blastoise. So we take out his White Herb, which is very, very helpful. Because now, if he goes to Shell Smash, which he does, he's not neutral defense. He is -1 defense. And we opted to go for the Sludge Wave. I thought about going for a Scald maybe to get a burn, but I didn't think he was going to be a physical Blastoise. I was planning for a special Blastoise. And I know that I would have easily burned or went for the 30% on Blastoise, and then I could have really survived on Dragonite. But I wouldn't Roost because, if I remember correctly, with the Dragonite set that I have, if Blastoise is it's 252 in physical attack, the Adamant Nature at +2 on the Dragonite set. Ice Punch. If an Adamant at +2, it was a 12.5. Oh, wait, no, my bad. I'm calculating level 100. It would have been a 1 in 4 roll to KO on the Ice Punch. And that's through multi-skill, mind you. But because he was -1 defense, and then we have our weakness policy, which activates Dragon Claw, just absolutely obliterated him. Which, in all fairness, I'm very, very, very happy about. And also, I'm very grateful that I didn't get frozen too. I might as well add that. I'm glad that I didn't get frozen. And of course, we go for the Dragon Claw because I was not... I was not going to risk the dual wing beat with a double miss. Or just a miss. So now he brings out the Mew on this one, which, in all fairness, I wasn't 100% sure what his plan was going to be with the Mew. I mean, he does end up bringing out the Mew, and I don't get the Fantasia nickname, truthfully, although, if I remember correctly, did he do all Disney nicknames? I'm trying to remember. But he ends up going for Defog here to get rid of the webs, which, in all fairness, again, I did not plan for that. And so now that the webs are gone, his mons will stay faster and whatnot, or at their normal speed. But Dragon Claw takes out the Mew, so thankfully the Mew is gone. Yeah, now, and then he only had Heracross and Rillaboom left, which... So now it's only up to Jay to save my team, because I didn't want to get knocked off with the Rillaboom on it. So I just sacked off Dragonite there. And in all fairness, this is the only sad thing about me doing it like this. By me going for V-Create, I do take out the Rillaboom, but now I'm lowered speed. So now he brings out the Heracross. Now, because he is faster, because I'm -1 speed, all he's got to do is click 1. And the Rock Blast. And that takes us down. So, unfortunately, we don't get revenge on Kurt. I mean, it was. I'll be honest. It was a good battle against Kurt. I'll say it straight up. I mean, it's unfortunate that we couldn't get the win. I mean, it's just tough, but these things happen, guys. So, yeah. I mean, can't get mad over it. Just gotta keep getting better, guys. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.